Hi everybody, it's Katie from A4A and we have a nice new product review for you. So this product review is around books which are created by the very lovely Charlotte Olson, and they are created to help learning and discussion aids for children for new transitions, new things that are happening within their life, changes that are taking place. They're social stories which are there to help a child understand the situation that's happening and to make it more manageable for them. So children with autism especially struggle with change. They like to have a routine and a pattern, as you all know. And one of the things that they can struggle with quite a lot, and certainly something that I've had experience with, is when there's a change that's about to take place. So this can be anything from, for instance, going to school, for going on an aeroplane, to the hairdressers. All those things that seem quite sort of routine for most people can be a real struggle for people on the spectrum. So Charlotte has created a range of books. She has various books which I'll go through in just a second for you, and they are there as an aid to be able to have those discussions with children, so they're easy to take on board, they're manageable, they're nice and friendly. And the books that she's created are a really nice, easy approach to that, so you can read them on a regular basis, and it's really just a way of really helping them ease into that new change, into that new routine. So the books are the Suzy books. There's also Sammy books as well. So Suzy's a little girl, Sammy's a little boy, and they are, like I say, there to help with the social stories. So and there's various titles that Charlotte's created. So there's one about going on an aeroplane. There's one about going to a hairdresser's. There's New Food Week, which is all about foods. There's Toilet Time. There's various different ones. And Charlotte's also always happy to get any feedback and advice and ideas on new books that maybe people would like to see. So she's really open to trying new stories. And so basically, if there's anything that's you're really struggling with, that you think maybe other autistic children are struggling with, or anybody on the spectrum, then it's worth dropping her an email, which I'll give you in a few moments at the end of this review, and seeing if she can help you. So all the books are lovely and bright. They're very, very lovely illustrated. So this is the one that we're going to review today. So this is Suzy Goes to School. So this book, it says here, just there, it's on my screen because it's a PDF version. So it's Suzy's first day at school, and I wonder how she's feeling. Are you going to a new school too, just like Suzy? Read about Suzy's day and all the things she gets up to. It's going to be a busy time filled with lots of new things to see and do. Have a lovely time, Suzy. We can't wait to hear all about it. And the same to you. Going to school is so much fun. So it's written by Charlotte, and then it's illustrated by Nick Roberts. So these are available to buy on her website. I'll put all the details at the end, but it's www.Suziebooks with a capital S. So that's capital SUZIEBOOKS. .co.uk, and you can also find her on Facebook. So if you do a search for Suziebooks, all one word with a capital S SUZIEBOOKS. So I'll show you through this one so you can have an idea of how they look, and we'll go from there. Okay, so as you can see, this is the first page. So we have Suzy Goes to School. Okay. So, where is Suzy going on this beautiful, bright and sunny day? Suzy is holding Mummy's hand as they walk on their way. Did you know it's a very, very exciting day today? Suzy is going to her new school. Hooray, hooray. So as you can see, really bright and colourful, really friendly words, really friendly text. And the rhymes are really fun too. I know my little boy, when I read this to him, he got really excited because he loves anything that rhymes. So the next page, they arrive at the gates, look at all the girls and boys. Suzy hides behind her mummy. There's a lot of noise. Mrs. Walker, her teacher, comes over and says hello. Let's get in the line with the others. It's nearly time to go. She's saying more beautiful illustrations. Mummy gives Suzy an extra big hug and a big wave goodbye. They are both feeling sad, but don't worry, it's okay to have a cry. So again, just explaining that, with with these situations. It's absolutely fine, but you know, Mummy's there. Mummy's giving Suzy a nice big cuddle. And there's Suzy happy with her friend. She soon feels much better as her friend Sammy is here too. They walk together, holding hands at the front of the queue. The school building is big, with many windows and doors. Can you find your peg with your name and dinosaurs? Quite similar setting to a lot of schools and nurseries, I think. So again, more beautiful, nice pictures. They hang up their coats and sit together on the mat. Mrs. Walker is taking the register. Shh, don't chat. All the children are sitting quietly and waiting to hear their name. Suzy with her teddy and Sammy with his toy aeroplane. It's music time and Mrs. Walker puts an instrument in their hands. Banging, tooting and whistling. What a wonderful marching band. That was the part that Riley really loved, because Riley loves anything to do with musical instruments. The room is getting very noisy and it's time to go out and play. Let's get our coats and go outside, they hear Mrs. Walker say. The children are very excited and wait in a line to go outside. Well done, Sammy and Suzy, taking turns to go down the slide. There you go. Mrs. Walker rings the bell, telling the children it's time to go back. Everyone is feeling very hungry. Time for a drink and a snack. Lots of delicious fruit being shared. There's enough for everyone. What lovely manners you children have. Kind words too. Well done. Keep going. Sammy and Suzy were hungry and Teddy was too. The children stay at the table. They have some work to do. Mrs. Walker hands out some pencils and paper to everyone. Sammy draws his aeroplane and Suzy draws Teddy in the sun. Suzy loves to draw and colour. She chooses one pencil at a time. Careful colouring, Suzy. Can you keep it inside the line? The children put their drawings away and wash their hands for lunch. Suzy and Sammy have a lunchbox each. Yummy food to munch. The children are chattering and eating. Everyone is sat in their chair. Suzy opens her box, a sandwich, yoghurt, chocolate cake and a juicy pear. A quick play in the playground before the teacher rings the bell. Suzy and Sammy are excited. It's time for show and tell. One by one, the children proudly stand up and show their toys. It's Suzy's turn to show Teddy. He waves to the girls and boys. It's the end of the day and the classroom clock strikes 3. Suzy cannot wait to go outside and see her daddy and mummy. Suzy can't wait to tell Mummy and Daddy about what she has done and how in the morning she was a little scared, but school was so much fun. A kiss and a hug with Mummy and Daddy. Suzy has enjoyed her day. Suzy and Sammy liked their new school and the teacher too. Hooray, hooray. So as you can see, it's a really lovely, not long, it's really easy to read that, very manageable for children to sit and read that. It's all very colourful, very bright. And it taps into something that children are certainly gonna have to deal with. So it's showing them that this is the sort of thing that's going to happen on a school day. Obviously, it's not going to be the same as that every day for them. But it gives you an idea so that they can see what it's like going to school, that they're going to make friends. You know, they're going to have their dinner, they're going to have play times, they're going to have colouring times. And it's a really nice and easy way to get them understanding what it's going to be like to go to school. So our other books, the things like the aeroplane and the hairdressers and the toilet time. These again are all things that they're things that the children are going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. But they're also new things. So it's a really, really good way of getting them to understand that it might be a little bit scary to start with, but actually this is what's going to happen, and it's not scary at all. And I think that we've found in the past that social stories have really, really worked well with our child. So, for instance, when we had to move house, we had a social story created, and that was as an explanation to Riley that, you know, we were going somewhere new, but, you know, he was still going to have all of his toys in his bedroom, but it was going to be a new place to live, and we were going to, you know, all the family were going, so him and his brother and his mummy and daddy were all going, and everything else would be the same, but it would be somewhere new to sleep. And we did that for probably a good month before we moved. We would read it every night, and it got to a stage very quickly where Riley would read the story to me because he has a photographic memory, so he would, his retention for information is amazing, so he would read that story back to me every night, and it meant that when that change happened, he was already prepared, he already knew. because I know certainly my child struggles with understanding. So you would think that he's understood it, but he doesn't necessarily understand exactly what it means. And that complete change and that change of situation can be very hard for him to deal with. So the social stories are a fab way of dealing with that. And these books that Charlotte have created are absolutely amazing. They're so lovely, they're so light, they're so colourful. She has loads more on her website, so if there's anything that you think you would like to see from Charlotte and the Suzy and Sammy books, then feel free to drop her an email. All the details will be at the end of this video, so you know where to contact her, and go and have a look at her books. They're absolutely amazing. Certainly can't find anything negative to say at all. They're absolutely amazing. They're certainly fantastic for all those new things that we're trying to do with our children. And if nothing else, they're just a great little book to be able to sit and read. The rhymes are lovely, the pictures are lovely, and it's a great way of communicating, a great aid to have those discussions with your children. So I'll pop the details at the end of this video. Pop over to her website or on her Facebook and go and have a look. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and we will see you all soon with another one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.